afternoon, but I will also incur a no-show fee for tomorrow's 6 a.m. spin class. What can I do for you? Janet is regarding me with a combination of concern and resignation that I haven't seen in a long time. The look people give you when the very worst has happened, and really there isn't anything anyone can do for you, for any of us. Because some of us die early and inconveniently, and there is no way to predict if it will be you next. And before you know it, mourner and comforter are staring dead-eyed into the abyss. The routine comes to me viscerally, though it's been 8 presidential administrations, 3 impeachments, 1 pandemic, the towers going down, Facebook, Tickle Me Elmo, Snapple iced tea. They never got to taste Snapple iced tea. But it didn't happen in some bygone era either. If they had lived, they'd be the same age as Michelle Pfeiffer. I think I'm going to Tallahassee, I say in disbelief. Tallahassee, Florida, January 14, 1978. 7 hours before. On Saturday nights, we kept our doors open while we got ready. Girls went in one room wearing one thing and came out wearing something shorter. The hallways were as tight and restricted as the passageways on a Navy ship, snarled with chatter about who was doing what and going where and with whom. Hairspray and nail polish fumed our personal ozone layer, the blast of blow dryers raising the mercury 4, sometimes 5 degrees on the analog thermometer mounted to the wall. We'd crack the windows for fresh air and mock the music coming from the bar next door. Saturday night was disco night, which was for old people. It was a statistical impossibility that something bad could happen with Barry Gibb cheeping in his far-reaching falsetto that we'd all live to see another day. But we are what mathematics models refer to as outliers. A coy voice accompanied the patterning of knuckles on my door. I think it might snow. I looked up from the volunteer schedules papering my hand-me-down secretary's desk to see Denise Andorra standing on the threshold, hands clasped girlishly at her pelvis. Nice try, I laughed. Denise was angling to borrow my shearling coat, though the winter of 1978 had brought a deep freeze to the panhandle that killed the azalea trees along the Georgia border. It was never cold enough to snow. Please, Pamela! Denise put her hands together in prayer, repeating her plea over red fingertips with crescendoing urgency. Please, please, please! Nothing I have goes! She turned in place to prove her point. I only know the minute details of what she was wearing that night, because later there was a description of her outfit in the paper. Thin turtleneck tucked into snap-front jeans, suede belt and suede boots in matching chestnut brown, opal earrings, and a beloved silver charm bracelet. My best friend was approximately 100 feet tall and weighed less than I did as a child. But by senior year, I'd learned to manage my envy like a migraine. What triggered that star-seeing pain was looking too closely at Denise when she decided she needed attention from men. Don't make me beg. She stomped her foot a little. Roger asked some of the girls if I was coming tonight. I put my pencil down. Denise, I admonished. I'd long ago lost count of the number of times Denise and Roger had called it quits only to encounter each other out at night. However many warm beers and deep love-lorn glances it took to forgive the spiteful things they'd each said to and about the other, but this most recent split didn't feel so much like a split as it did a severing with a dirty kitchen knife, quite literally infecting Denise, who vomited everything she ate for nearly a week and had to be briefly admitted to the hospital for dehydration. When I picked her up at the curb, she swore Roger was out of her system for good. I flushed twice for good measure, she'd said, laughing feebly as I helped her out of the hospital-mandated wheelchair and into the passenger seat of the car. Denise shrugged now with sudden suspicion.